Phenomenal United States-based health and wellness air care company. And we saved this for towards the end of the show because at the end of the day, it starts to be that season, right? Where there's dry air, where there's dry heat, where we just don't feel like our best. And how do you ignite your passion when you don't wake up feeling well? How do you live and strive for that best version of yourself when you're just not quite feeling like the best version of yourself? Well, during this time of the year, with us starting to crank the heat, with lots of dust in our homes, one of the smartest and most effective ways, all naturally, to get yourself feeling better is with a humidifier. And Live Pure, this incredible United States company, is offering you, quite frankly, the most gorgeous humidifier you've ever seen. The one that you're proud to have out on your bedside table, the one that you don't put away and only take out when you're not feeling well. This is a 7-hour runtime, totally filterless, cool mist ultrasonic humidifier. Quite frankly, it's the best looking, the most powerful, and the highest end humidifier we've ever offered here at HSN, and we're not doing it for a high-end price. Tonight, for the first launch of Live Pure humidifiers here at HSN, we're offering it for $20 on a credit card. Vonabelle Sherman is here. She's going to tell you a little bit more about the Live Pure mantra and their incredible company and talk you through truly the best looking humidifier we've ever offered, not the ugly one you got to hide until you're sick.
It's not big, it's not bulky, it's not ugly, it doesn't look like a sick room. It looks like a beautiful piece of art, and yet look at the function that goes with the form that is there as well. Live Pure's mantra, as you said, is to make your environment clean and pure. And their theme is that they don't add gimmicks or things you don't need, they just do it well. Our air purifiers were an absolute hit, and now here is our humidifier to put humidity back in your home. In most places, except Florida, we've turned on the heat, and you have lost that 45 perfect sweet spot of humidity. You no longer have that. Once you turn on your heat, turn on your fireplace, if you have forced heat, you went down to 10% humidity. At 10%, you start to feel itchy, uncomfortable, your nasal passages, your throat is itching, you don't feel well, and maybe you don't even sleep well, but you don't know why. Because some people already love the benefits of a humidifier, but some don't even know why. That's why they're not feeling very comfortable. It's because that humidity, that moisture, that life-giving moisture is missing from your air. You need it to be back at 45%, and that's what Live Pure's job is to do. It's gonna give you incredible an amount of coolness. Just see me touching it.
Let's just talk for a second. It's officially cold, right? If you're in the north, if you're in the northeast, the northwest, if you're in the Midwest, if you see blue, oh my goodness, purple is 20. Listen, I know I don't need to insult your intelligence. If it's cold outside, you know it's cold outside. You know you're cold, you know you're running your heat. This is the way to combat the drawbacks of running your heat. It's better for your furniture, it's better for your dusting, it's better for your linens, it's better for your skin, it's better for your throat, it's better for your nasal passages. It's just a smart product to own. It is health and wellness at its absolute finest, and now it's gorgeous. I mean, this is not the one to hide in the bathroom and only take out when you've got a cold. It's not one that you hide and only take out when you've got a sick room. It's one that you'll run every single night, and because it's cool mist, it doesn't ruin the furniture, nothing gets wet or goopy, and it's a filterless system. So there's no clean out, there's no yucks, there's no problems.
It's ultrasonic, so you don't need that filter, and it does a fabulous job of putting the humidity in the air. What you're looking at is the 5 cups of water that goes into your humidifier, and then it puts out 1 1/3 gallons worth of vapor, and it keeps your home moisturized. One of the benefits is when you moisturize your skin, it plumps it. So ladies, I know this happens to me. I wake up when the heat's on, you don't feel well. Your skin looks dry and wrinkly, but when you add moisture, you actually plump your skin. So, you know, one of the little side benefits is that you have a little lessening of those wrinkles and lines.
So it's an anti-aging product too.
It really is. And they actually have done tests on that. So it's true. And I thought, well, heck, if I'm gonna have a side benefit, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
You know, and you mentioned when we turn on our heat, we dry out the air. When we turn on the fireplaces, when you dry out that air, it zaps the moisture. You feel it right away. That's when you get, touch somebody and you get the static electricity. You'll eliminate that. You'll eliminate waking up feeling poorly. Have you ever woken up in the morning and went, I don't feel good, but then as soon as you rehydrate, you feel better? It's because you're missing that moisture. And what a great way to get it, because look at this. I've never seen such a beautiful unit. Myself, I know you're looking at it going, wow. It's asymmetrical in its design, and it swoops gently. There's this graceful feel. It almost looks vintage or Art Deco, and it actually is thinner here, wider here, has this great finish on it.
And I think that's the thing that matters most. A health and wellness product shouldn't only be out when you're not well.
Yeah.
You shouldn't take health seriously only when you're unhealthy. This is a beautiful piece of decor. You pour water into it, you turn it on, you go to bed at night, but it doesn't have to get hidden and put in the bathroom and put under the sink and washed and cleaned, no wicks, no filters, no problems, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It will run for up to 7 hours. It will automatically shut off when it's out of water. You don't need special water. You don't need purified water. And it's a one and done touch and tap system that today, for its official launch here at HSN, for the best looking humidifier you've ever seen, it's available at a special sale price. So for those of you who are watching, who know that it's the right time of year to buy one, who want to gift one, because I truly believe in the power of a health and wellness gift as a way to change the way somebody feels and getting to really be a part of that. Now you can get this wonderful Live Pure model. It's $20 on Flex.
Yeah.
I'm too short to be on that side of that wall. It's $20 on FlexPay. You have extended holiday returns, and it is a rare treat. Live Pure is a brand, gives United States, American customer support and service, and they give you a 3-year warranty. Most products out there, most humidifiers are 90 days max.
That is true.
Yeah.
And I do love that if you have a problem, if you feel like you want to talk to customer service, when you call, you're going to reach a person in America, an American, who will answer your questions and resolve any problems you have. And they're really very kind people.
What is that you're holding there? Is that the awful alternative?
Yes, it is. Because let's think about it. Do you want something that looks like this? That, to me, when you could leave this out, it looks like a piece of artwork. People aren't going to say, oh, you have a humidifier out. This is the alternative. Have you bought something like this, and then the calcium and the stains get all over it? You think it starts off pretty, but this is not what it ends up like. How about the ones where you get all the calcium all over them, and they just don't look good? This is not pretty. This is gorgeous. Let me show you how easy it will be. So we just take out this tank from the back, and it's even prettier when you do that. Look, see that? You just lift it out. This is where I'm going to put those 5 cups of water right there. It's so easy to do. It's effortless, actually. And then you just pop it back in there. And then let's take a look at the options for your off-on. Look at this beautiful unit. It is seamless. This is a digital touch, and it just adds to the decor that the button is actually built right in there. So that will shut it off. And then I touch it once. Green means it's on low. Blue means it's on high. And you
even listen to the quality of that ding.
Yes, the melodic tone.
That's better. Thank you. That's much better than ding.
Yes, it is.
But at the end of the day,
And
just listen. You want to listen to the quality of what you're buying.
Listen to that. Isn't that beautiful? And when the tank is empty, it will shut off, it will ding and then shut off, as you said. That melodic tone will go and it will shut off, so you never have to worry. The amount of volume of vapor, and it's cool vapor, so if you have kids, you do not want warm vapor. That feels a little bit scary. This warm vapor is great for children. It will help them sleep better. And also, it just helps move along the mucus when you're not feeling well, if your throat is scratchy, if your nose is itchy. This is your solution. It's that winter answer, and it's a beautiful solution that you can leave out. I can't think of any other purifier that you can leave out and have it look like a piece of artwork.
Listen, in a month, when the heat's a-cranking, and your skin feels dry, and your throat feels scratchy, and your nose feels awful, and you run to the hardware store, you run to the Beyond, you run to the Bullseye, you're gonna find something that does not look as good as this, that does not run as long as this, and you're gonna pay the same price, if not more. We are connecting you to our most exciting, new, innovative, upgraded air care brand here at HSN. Every air purifier we offer from Live Pure has gone on to be a customer pick, and I've never gotten so many customers who've come to my Facebook page to say thank you for the best air purifier I've ever owned in look, in style, and function. And I believe the same will happen here. This will be the new industry setting humidifier, and you get it on sale. And tonight you get this gorgeous, smart home worthy, sophisticated, decorator, designer friendly model that you will not hide, that you will not put in the, you know, under the sink in the bathroom and only take out when you're feeling bad, so that you'll use it when you feel good. The best health and wellness product, the best vitamin that Andrew Lessman gives you is the one that you take every day so that you always feel great. When you have a great, beautiful ultrasonic humidifier, run it every night and feel good about it.
Yeah, and speaking of feeling good about it, this tank has antimicrobial protection. It's built into the tank and into the base. So that's comfort. So you're not going to be growing bacteria or mold in there because that anti-protection is built into the tank. So not only is it beautiful, but it has form and function all the time, and it's something that you could leave out. Now, we're coming into 5 months of potential misery because we turn on that heat. As soon as it's cold outside, that means we turn on the heat inside, and you are uncomfortable from the heat, from the air conditioning. If you have forced heat, you really need to add that humidity. You have a very comfortable 45 before like October 1st. As soon as you turn on that heat, you're uncomfortable, you drop down to 10% humidity, you're miserable, your nose is itchy. The best way to moisturize your nasal passages, your breathing passages, is to add that humidity. You don't want a big, bulky, expensive, ugly unit. This looks like a piece of art. You could leave this out the other 6 months you don't need it, and nobody would even know that it was a humidifier.
And you know, the nice thing is, there are times in those 6 months where you will need it. When you do get a cold, when you do not feel great, when there is a cold night all of a sudden, I mean, you will find other uses for it. But yes, it doesn't end up in the bottom of the drawer. It doesn't end up in the back of the closet. It doesn't end up, you know, building up mold and mildew and grossness inside of it that you want to chuck it out. So here's what's going to happen, my friends. We are about to chat with Andrew Lessman and give you an exceptional opportunity to get health and wellness done right with incredible supplements. But before we get to that, our clock's gone down, but we're going to stay for one last minute, because now with close to 300 ordered and 300 of you on the line, you're loving this. And I'm just so incredibly thrilled for anybody that's ever read about the need of a humidifier, anybody who's ever used one of those yucky ones before, to buy one that looks so nice, that functions so well, that runs longer than the others you've shopped for, when we can give it to you on a sale price from an American brand with American support and a 3-year warranty. I mean, think about that. Your Flex isn't per month. Your Flex is like your cost per year. No filters.
Right. There's no cost
wicks,
of ownership. After you buy it, you're done.
There's no cost of ownership and American support on every one of them.
Yeah, and I think that's really important. Plus, you're going to feel better. We're coming into 5 months of heat on, which makes everything in your body scream, I need moisture. Give it that life-giving moisture by using the Live Pure humidifier. It really does deliver. You can see the amount of humidity that's pouring out there, and you get that customer